need you to go away. Still going bad on them anyway. Saw you last night, but did it all day. Yeah, got a murk, caught me in a hallway. Got a sticky and I keep it at my dog's place.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Mariah and Naya channel. I've been kind of taking a break just to focus on my mental health because I started feeling down because I haven't been exercising and just feeling bad about my weight. So I thought instead of complaining, I'm gonna do something about it. Yes. And I also have been like really struggling with school because it's a 3 to 4 month expedited program. So I quit my job recently so I can focus and give them good grades so I can make more money. Yeah. So today, on a serious note, today I'm gonna do like a different video. I'm kind of a little bit anxious, but I feel like it'll be a good thing to do something different, you know, try new things and grow as a person, you know, blossom. So yeah, I'm excited, but I'm going to talk about a personal experience in my life that I'm not going through anymore, but I mean, I feel like it's still important and like a relevant part of my life because it taught me something. So it's basically about bullying and my story from that. So to start off, I'm going to be looking down because I have my notebook to remind me in case I forget anything. So if you see me looking down, that's why. So I would say it started in about 8th grade, and one of the I cannot talk today, oh Jesus. Sorry God. Okay. So back to the story. So a person's name that starts with the letter J, I had a really big crush on him. So he was sitting around with like a group of girls and some popular guys, and I'm like in the middle. Like I just kind of talk to everybody, and I just kind of like I'm in the middle. Like I kind of exist. I'm not like popular, but like I'm not like a nerd kind of. But yeah, I'm just like in the middle, and like everyone just talks to me. And he was talking to them about my yearbook picture, and I take like the worst pictures most of the time. And at the time, like I was a little bit heavier than like normal for what I was supposed to be. Like I wasn't like really big, but like just like a little chunkiness, like how I am now, like my little cheeks and stuff, and just like a little extra like baby fat or whatever. Obviously now I don't have baby fat just because like eating cookies and stuff, but moving on. And he just made a comment about my weight and just was saying, he like just straight out said like, oh my god, look how fat she looks. And I just remember asking my teacher to go to the bathroom, and I just cried for like about 10 minutes in the bathroom. And that's where I feel like it all started, like all my insecurities and things like that. So that really hurt my feelings, especially because I had like the biggest crush on him ever, and I thought he was like super sweet and nice, and like we'd be like partners sometimes, like, and he was like so nice. But then like I heard him talking because I was only like 5 seats away, and it just really hurt my feelings. Yeah, so that was just one example of what I heard, like people talking behind my back. And I don't know why people thought it was okay to do that, because it's just like I'm literally right there, like you could be way sneakier about it, and they just like were making it so obvious. And I feel like, I don't know if they knew that I heard, but it just made me like really upset. And then other people would just say like I'm ugly or weird or whatever, because I'm just like bubbly personality and I just do my own thing, like I don't care. But at that time I started caring way too much of what other people thought of me, so I started developing like a bad habit. And like a lot of girls like through middle school and high school like have an eating disorder, so I started not eating at all, or like binge eating to make myself skinnier so people wouldn't talk about me and say that I'm like chubby or fat or whatever. And those of you who haven't been through like an eating disorder, it is like very addicting. It's almost like a drug or drinking. Like, once you start, it's kind of hard to stop. It took me about 3 years to quit doing that to my body, and what really helped me stop was I started going to a therapist, and my therapist was just telling me what it can do to your bones and your teeth, and it actually makes it worse. And I feel like it's hard for me to lose weight now because it made it worse for my body, because it makes your metabolism slow down, because your body just holds on to that fat to like kind of protect you, because it knows that you do that. Like, you'll go, I went from like, I would not eat for like a day or two. That's the longest I could like last. And then I just like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore. And I just like eat everything in sight. And then like, I would never throw it up. I would just go back to like repeating it. I would just not eat and then binge eat. And like, it kind of worked at the time to make me skinnier. And then I got accepted into DMA my 8th grade year, and I started working out because we had to do a physical like test or fitness test, whatever, and we had to do like a mile in a certain time and push-ups and sit-ups. So I lost like all that weight. It was literally 20 pounds, and I was like, I look so good. I was like, yes, Mariah, you go. I started feeling better about myself. But in high school, it still continued, even though my weight wasn't really an issue again till about my junior or senior year. But there was still like rumors and mean people, you know. It just kind of follows you. It like never ends, honestly. It's sad to say, but like, some people are just so petty and so unhappy within themselves. And like, even I find like, well, I would say I'm a young adult. Like, I still don't think I'm an adult. Like, I don't know, but you're considered like 18 an adult, but I still feel like I'm a young adult, and it still continues like in your jobs and other events. So whatever, I just learned to kind of accept it and not care as much what other people think, and just go based on how I think of me and how the people that are like the most important around me think of me, and like how I am and how I'm being. So in high school, like I said, it's more like about like rumors. Like, there was a rumor going around that I was like a lesbian, or that I like did something with a guy in a park, and I was like, what the heck? Like, and people would like, literally, it was just crazy because they would talk behind my back about it. But then I played basketball, and the girls on the basketball team would be like, oh my god, is that true, Mariah? Like, we heard this. And I'm like, no. Like, it was just ridiculous, honestly. And then I was getting threatened to get beat up or like whatever. And there was like, I'd say only about 3 or 4 people that really like stuck up for me at my like lowest point. That was in my junior year. I reached my lowest point, and there's a couple people that stuck up for me and made me feel safe when I was in school. But it just, as a young woman or girl, like when you're in high school or middle school, whatever, like it just starts so young, honestly. Now these days, it is so hard to not believe the things that people say about you. Like, well, obviously I knew the rumors weren't true about me, but just about my appearance. And again, they would say I'm weird. Like, it was just so cruel, and it's hard to accept yourself when so many people are like downing you. And you know, if someone's always putting you down, like, you just kind of, oh my god, I'm gonna get emotional. You just start kind of like believing it, and it's just hard to accept yourself and love yourself, and it takes time to gain that back. Sorry. So yeah, I hit my low point in November of 2015, and luckily for me, it was around Thanksgiving break, so like not a lot of people really knew what I was going through. I mean, some people, like I said, like stuck up for me when like girls were threatening me and like threatening their friends to beat me up. But like, besides my best friend, like no one knew what I went through. So one of my best friends in high school, her name starts with J too. I don't know if she lets me say her name or not, but I'm just gonna say J. So those of you who knew me, like, knew who my best friend was. And she was like the only person I feel like I had. Like, I didn't really get to hang out with a lot of people besides her, and like we were just the only people we had for each other. And I just remember messaging her on Facebook because my parents are so strict, like I couldn't have Instagram or anything. So on Facebook, and I was just like, hey, tell my parents I love them and goodbye and I'll miss you. And I tried to attempt to obviously take my life with pills, and that's when I was like, damn, like I really need help. So that happened, it was like a Thursday, like a Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I think that Thursday I went to my therapist and I told her what happened, and obviously it was unsuccessful, thankfully, and she was like, do you think you would do it again? And I was like, yeah, like I just don't want to be like alive anymore. Like I just, between school and issues at home, like I just kept on feeling like I was a failure and I kept on messing up. So I just didn't want to be here anymore. I thought it'd be better for like my family and everybody, because I just felt like I was constantly letting people in my life down. So then my therapist admitted me into Rockford, and that just changed me. Like from then on out, like I put myself first, and I just realized like how important it is to go to my therapy and to take it seriously and just to listen to everything she's saying and her tips to help me. So junior year was when I finally stopped starving myself and kind of being like anorexic and stuff. And then I met my boyfriend, and things, like I kind of stopped caring about boys and stuff for like 3 or 4 months, and then I met my boyfriend and we started talking, and just things just went up from there. And I was just a lot happier because I was exercising, I was still eating pretty good. Wouldn't be like, it was so crazy, like I used to not even like allow myself to eat even one cookie because I was just like, it's gonna make me fat, and just the fear of gaining weight was so bad. And it just, like I said, it just kept getting better because I focused on myself, I was exercising, I was happy, I just started appreciating my family more and like communicating better, and things finally got better. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys.